Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Chris Ashley with Passion for the Wild and Wonderful. Today I'm going to go over the top 8 pieces of gear that I think new beginning turkey hunters should have before they go out into the woods. So first thing is a headlamp. So there's obviously different kinds of lights out on the market, but for me, I recommend that you go with a headlamp that sets you up to be able to have your hands free and pretty much anywhere your head's looking, your light's shining. And the next few items that I'm going to talk about, primarily with turkey hunting, is trying to conceal movement and cover up as much skin as possible. So the next few things here I'm going to focus on that's normally out in front of you, something that's easily seen by the turkeys, are your hands. So with me, I generally carry a couple different kinds with me, a medium weight glove and a lightweight glove. So generally when you first start, turkey hunting season opens, it's going to be cold. So I like to start in the mornings with probably a medium weight glove, and then later in the morning I'll switch over to my lightweight gloves. Now as turkey season moves on and you get later into the spring, warmer mornings, you can just probably go away and just get away with having your lightweight gloves. But it really can just vary. You know, the big thing is just covering up the skin, whether you're using camouflage gloves or maybe like a black or brown glove. One thing I will note though, with whatever clothing and attire you have on, make sure you're not using the colors of red, white, or blue that could make you appear to be similar to a gobbler's head of the red, white, and blue colors. So next thing also, so you're not just going to cover up your hands, but you need to also cover up your face. So that's one of the things that's really exposed. You're moving around, easy for turkeys to pick you up. I have a couple different kinds here. Now for me, what I like to use and I'd recommend is a half face mask. So with it, I like the ability to be able to go ahead and put it on. It's thin mesh. It's very breathable. It doesn't impact my hearing. And always make sure that you have a build hat. So it helps to block and shed the light and keep your eyes free and open from the sun and help block that out for whenever you're out looking. For me, the one reason why I like the half face is if I get done with my setup and it's time for me to move, I can just go ahead and pull it down. I don't feel that then I'm being restricted any or holding in any of the body heat. I'm able to move to my next spot. Quickly I set up, I'm able to just pull it up and I'm ready to go again. So that's good, especially when it gets warm in the season. Now early season when it's really cold, I might go to a full face and have this over. This is something that's used and provided by Under Armour. There's other brands that are out there, but it's a nice soft stretchy material, very comfortable. Again, I can still put my hat on over it, pull it down. Same kind of thing with it. Whenever I'm done, I'm able to at least pull down, have my face open. Now, I do have covering in the back and it does hold a lot more heat. It's very surprising how much this actually keeps your head, neck, and body warm by just trapping that heat that would normally just be escaped or lost from your head and neck area. For the kids, I like this hat combo. So this one here is just a face net that's built into the hat. Bring it on for the kids. They're able to bring it around, attach it in the back real quick. They're not having to fidget with anything that's being fixed over their nose or their ears. I'm able to go ahead and peel it off whenever it's time to go. They just tuck it up into their hat and they're ready to roll and go to the next location. So it's just a lot cleaner and easier for them. Now, again, for a beginner, if maybe you're on a budget, maybe what you do is just go ahead and use face paint. So for it, you can just get some cheap face paint, paint yourself up, blend it in good, and you got yourself covered. So it just knocks down that glare, that obvious off color that you see generally in the woods otherwise. Because like I said, or we'll tell you, turkeys have unbelievable eyesight and they can pick out movement very easily. So number 3 that I want to talk about here, or number 4, sorry, is your camo shell. So for me, you know, it could be whatever kind of camo that you want to use, but in my opinion, you want to have a good outside layer that's camouflaged. And I'll reference back to the cold mornings again. Normally what I like to do is have a lightweight camo shell. So like here what I have is my scent lock that I use for both turkey hunting as well as early season deer hunting. I like to use it, and then I also layer with like a fleece pullover or a fleece vest, and then that way later in the morning as it warms up I can go ahead and shed that pullover or that vest, and I've got my lightweight gear on still. Now a lot of people will maybe wear like blue jeans and use the leaves and some brush or whatever to hide themselves. My recommendation is try to go camo as much as you can. So then next, another thing, so at least here in West Virginia and Ohio, a lot of our mornings are not just cold, but we'll have a lot of dew and moisture. And for me, walking through a lot of the places I go includes fields. And early on what I would end up being is getting to the first spot, get set up, I'm sitting there not very long, and I realize that I'm already getting my socks and my feet soaking wet, and I start getting cold feet. And just like anybody when you're cold, it's hard to sit still when you're cold and you're not comfortable. So my recommendation, especially too, if you know you're going to be in an area crossing streams, you're going to be walking through areas with a lot of dew, get yourself a pair of waterproof boots. Whether you want to go with some rubber boots, maybe early season they're insulated rubber boots, or to go with some more hiking, lightweight hunting boots. So like here with Under Armour, I like theirs. It's a very lightweight boot, has good ankle support, but it's also has some lightweight insulation as well that is good for the early season and also through the following season, so where I'm not getting where my feet are too warm. So next, the recommended call for a beginner. So there's obviously all kinds of calls out on the market. You have diaphragm, you got paddle, you got push-pull, you got tube, you got wing bone, you got slates. So you have all these different various kinds of calls. And with them, there's different levels of difficulty of being able to learn how to make decent turkey sounds or turkey calls with them. For a beginner, my recommendation is to go with the push-pull box call. So with it, you can do pull on it and do yelps. You can push and do clucks and or purrs. It's a pretty versatile call that can be easily, I think, mastered by a beginner hunter. And I'll throw in just as another little one here, the paddle call. This would be good for a beginning hunter to be able to reach out and hit further distances with sound to get it to travel a little bit further. All right, so number 7, a locator call. I recommend the owl hooter. With it, you get in there, it's starting to break light, give out some calls. A lot of what you generally hear would be the sounds of, or simulating the who cooks for you all. So what I'm going to show you guys now is I wanted to share with you one morning I was set up using my owl hooter trying to locate some gobblers. And as some of you maybe see or have experienced over time, I was fortunate enough to call in 2 different owls that then got above me and just started sort of just triggering off of each other and just kept hooting back and forth. And so I thought it was really neat. I thought I'd share it with you guys, and I hope you enjoy it. Great locator call for turkeys, both if you're roosting them the night before or the morning of, to try to be able to locate where they are and try to sneak in with maybe within 100 yards of them on the roost and try to pull a bird in. And number 8, your weapon of choice. So back here I show you a bow, and over here a shotgun. Those are my normal go-to weapons. My preference is the challenge of the bow. I've killed a couple turkeys with it, but I also too love the ability to have the option of being able to use a shotgun. My only thing is with it, make sure that you're efficient and effective with the weapon of your choice. So with a bow, practice, determine what your maximum range is, and bring it in from there. Maybe what you've realized is, okay, I feel effective out to 20 yards, and that's fine. You know, use a decoy perhaps, pull that bird within maybe 10, 15 yards and be able to make an ethical shot. For a shotgun, make sure you try using different ammo, different chokes, pattern your gun at the various ranges, so again, you know exactly where you need to aim to be able to make an ethical kill on a turkey. So those are the top 8 things that I recommend for you. 1, a headlamp. 2, some type of insulated or camouflage gloves. 3, choose your masks, something to cover up your face. Make sure you've got a build hat on. 4, some type of camo outer layer. So again, it's all about trying to hide your movement. 5, I recommend a waterproof pair of boots. So again, cover you for when there's the dew, crossing creeks. I do a lot of run and gun, so that's one reason why I prefer a lace-up boot versus a rubber boot for good ankle support. Push-pull call for a beginner, the owl hooter, and then like I said, the bow or the shotgun. So if you guys have any comments, any questions, things that you think that would be good upcoming video topics, put them in the comments. If you would, please subscribe, like the channel, and set it up for any kind of updates that you want, because I'm going to be trying to put out some additional information for you. This year I just wanted to cover some of the top 8 things I think for a beginning turkey hunter, and then what I'm going to do going forward on some additional videos is try to cover some of the basics of turkey calling and maybe some of the additional tips and tricks for when you're out turkey hunting. So again, my name's Chris Ashley. Thanks for joining the channel. Appreciate it.